Okay, good morning, everyone, to one and all present here. On behalf of Government Ramnarayan Chillaram College of Commerce and Management, I take pleasure in inviting our esteemed guest, Dr. Sushmita V., who is an assistant professor in MES Institute of Management. Madam has completed her doctorate, and then she is, mentoring the students in developing individualized academic action plans, carrying teaching load with administrative obligations, and she's a member of admission committee, placement officer, and she's cleared a national eligibility test twice, and then she's also cleared her KSET examination. So it gives me a very immense pleasure to welcome ma'am to this, online student empowerment program on Mindful Launch. I also take pleasure in inviting our principal, Dr. Ejaz Ahmed Khan sir, who is responsible for, us to conduct all these such type of programs. He's always ever cooperative. I also welcome our program coordinator, Dr. Sri Lakshmi, our technical coordinator, Sri Chandan, our IQC co-coordinator, Dr. Harish sir, program coordinator, Dr. Jayalakshmi Mama, and then program coordinator, Dr. Tasin. So last but not the least, I welcome all teaching and non-teaching staff of Government RC College, and I welcome the newcomers of RC College who are the future pillars of RC College. I welcome everyone to this program. So with this small introduction and welcome address, I welcome Sushmita ma'am to take over the session. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice session.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind introduction. It's indeed my pleasure for being the resource person for today's session. I hope I'm able to hear you all.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, we can see you.
I hope
yes,
shares are visible now.
Yeah.
Very good morning to all the students who have opted for commerce and management courses. You have really done a wonderful job by selecting this particular role. It's indeed a great discipline for you people to start your career, to establish yourself as a successful person here, right? We have, I mean, you people have had a couple of sessions or more sessions on why it is very important and what are the different skill sets that you need for being the successful commerce and management students, right? So you have been covered with various topics. So today I am going to cover you with the topic called 21st century life skills. Okay. So first of all, what do you mean by skill? What is life skill? What do you mean by life skill?
Should I allow them to unmute themselves or?
Okay, so the interactions will happen at the end, right, ma'am?
Yeah, however you tell me.
Sure. Fine. So today's topic is about 21st century life skills for commerce and management students. So it gives me an immense pleasure for you to tell about this particular topic. First of all, you should understand what is life skill all about. See, skill is anything that is making our life good, in a very simpler manner. You people would have seen your parents or your mother cooking food for you. So that's called culinary skill, right? So the ability of your mother to feed you when you are hungry, the ability of your mother to satisfy your hunger, that is called skill, right? So same way, if we have to lead our life, we need some abilities, to make sure that we are able to survive in our day-to-day life. So living just for the purpose of living is not actually, a sensible way, right? So you will have to serve some purpose. You will have to dedicate yourself for your, for your society, for your parents, for your, siblings, for your teachers, for your friends. So you are, you're there for providing such kind of, examples for people around you. So if you have to do that, you should definitely have the ability and potentiality to build competencies. So it can be, the ability to speak well, the ability to negotiate, the ability to solve the problem, or the ability of you to maintain healthy relationship, to have a healthy lifestyle, so to lead by example. So you need these, competencies, you need the abilities. So that abilities which will help you to navigate, your professional life and your personal life. So that is called as life skill. So when it comes to life skills, we have various, categories or key areas that has to be covered. One is self-awareness. See, you should be aware of yourself. What is your strength? See, every individual is born with different abilities, right? So some are good at sports, some are good at cooking, some are good at business, some are good at calculations, some are good at cleaning, right? So you can't have, same kind of abilities for every individual. So each individual will have a different kind of abilities. So that is where your self awareness will differentiate yourself from the rest of the people, right? So you need to know what your strength is, and you need to have the ability to think from others perspective also, and you should be able to think it in a critical way. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is, thinking from both the perspective, that is pros and cons, right? So if you are doing this particular task, what would be the advantage? If you're doing this particular task, what would be the disadvantage? What would be the drawback? And that is called as critical thinking. So in every activity that you perform, you need to know what are the pros and cons of doing that activity. Only then you can make sensible decisions, right? Creativity should be there. See, innovate, okay, and then you will have to, perform. If you don't innovate yourself, you will not be able to update to the market requirement, and you will be ultimately, succumb to the pressure, succumb to the competition, and also you would be definitely be a failure, right? Anybody who is not able to think creatively, who is not able to upgrade themselves as per the market trend, will remain outdated. And with that kind of outdated knowledge, they would not be able to sustain in any sort of activities that they perform on a daily basis or on a professional basis. So creative thinking is must for us to innovate ourselves, keep upgraded to the market trend. And decision making is a very, very critical aspect of life skill. See, you have decided to be a commerce and management student, right? You have opted BCom, you have opted BBA, you have come here for this particular course with the intention of creating yourself as a successful individual. So that is a decision, right? So decision should be based on your knowledge, decision should be based on your critical thinking, decision should be based on your, your self-awareness also. And then whenever you are able to solve the problems as and when it arises, that is when you will be able to cope up with the pressure, right? And effective communication. Without communicating, you would definitely not be able to, succeed in your life. For example, now the session is given to me, and I am telling you, life skills and the skill sets required for you people. Now, if I am not able to communicate, or if I am not able to, feed the thought process in my mind, convert this thought process into the words and convey for you people, then definitely, ma'am wouldn't have called me here to address you people, right? Communication is very, very basic. If you want to sell yourself in the market, not in a literal sense, I meant. See, if you have to be a, effective product in the job market, Communication is something which is quintessential. If you don't communicate about yourself in a very well manner, you would not be able to get the job. If you don't get the job, you can't establish yourself in a profession, right? So communication is very, very basic requirement for you to lead your life. Very, very simple. I can take your own, house example, right? Until and unless you say you're hungry, your mother cannot prepare food, isn't it? So hunger or thirsty, or to tell about your needs, or to convey anything about that which is in your mind, you definitely need communication skills. Same way, even in the professional front, you need communication skills. Interpersonal relationship. See, human beings are social animals, right? What is social animal? It's a, you can't live in a isolation. See, a machine can be in isolation, but a human being cannot survive in isolation. We need others also in our survival. So in that way, I will have to establish good relationship with others, right? So that interactions which I keep doing on a regular basis, and where I would be establishing a cordial relationship among my, with me and my peers, with me and my friends, with me and my colleagues, with me and the society. So that is what interpersonal relationship is all about. Now, if you're able to deal with all of these life skills, obviously you would be able to overcome the stress. What is stress? Stress is nothing but when you're not able to reach your expectations, or when you're not able to, acquire the desired outcome. That is when the conflict will arise in your mindset, and that conflict will lead to stress. So, with that stress, you would obviously be emotionally imbalanced, and it would be definitely, leading to some sort of mental issues also, emotional issues also. Your spiritual well-being will also be impacted. So if you have to lead a stress-free life, that is, if you are able to reach all your expectations, that is when you would be able to lead a stress-free life. And if you're having stress-free life, obviously you would be able to cope up with any sort of emotions that is thrown at you in your life. So this is about life skill. So I'm just giving you the basic introduction of what is life skill and what are the key aspects required for you to lead your life. So now with this kind of understanding, we shift this to, or we apply this particular, life skills to commerce and management field. Okay, whatever I have explained in the previous slide is being elaboratively explained here. So after this session is done, I would be sharing the PPT. You can definitely use this PPT for your future purpose also, right? So now I am focusing on 21st century skill set, because we are leading in a very, very competitive world, right? So a lot of competitors are there in all the fields, and you will have to be really upfront, very, very competitive, very, very skilled. And if you have to be that skillful student and skilled person, you definitely have to possess these 12 key skills, which is very, very essential for the commerce and management students. The first basic requirement is core domain skills. Okay. And then I would just list out these skills now. One is you need to have core domain skills, communicative skills, case study analysis, time management, team management and leadership, digital fluency or proficiency, financial analysis, quantitative aptitude, direct and indirect taxes, internships and research, strategic plans and career progression, entrepreneurship skills. So these are the 12 skill sets required for you to establish yourself as a successful commerce and management students or commerce and management professionals. Okay. So first, I would like to tell you what core domain skills are all about. See, when it comes to core domain skills, domain means the discipline in which you belong to, right? There are various disciplines. Statistics is a discipline, mathematics is a discipline, economics is a discipline, right? Medicine is a discipline, spirituality is a discipline, sports is a discipline, arts is a discipline. So in each of the field, you need to have technical knowledge to be yourself as a established professional in that particular field. So that is called core domain skills, right? So if I am a commerce and management faculty, I will have to have my knowledge in accounting, taxation, finance, management subjects, marketing subject. So what all comes under commerce and management? All those subjects, as a commerce and management faculty, we definitely should have knowledge. Only with that kind of knowledge we can deliver you the lectures, and we would be able to convey the syllabus to you. So that is core domain knowledge about. So if I take an example of a doctor again will have various specialization. A dermatologist is a different specialization, right? So orthopedician is a different specialization. So based on their specialization, they need to have the relevant specific knowledge. So that is called as core domain skills. So for you people as a commerce and management students, you will have various, almost 36 subjects that is covered under commerce and management discipline. So you need to have knowledge in these different subjects. So that would be called as core domain skills. So you should be able to solve the problems in these areas. You should be able to have the analytical skills in these particular subjects. So that is called as core domain skills. For example, I have given you in the slide. If you take accounting skills, you need to know what is accounting standard, what are the rules and regulations for you to do the accounting, and what kind of legal framework that has been established in Indian markets, following the norms of the legal framework, and then abiding by it, and then preparing the reports, then providing, communicating that to the stakeholders. So that is again domain skills in accounting stream, right? So in the same way, you will have to deal with various other skill sets. One such thing is, you need to know, even in accounting, software proficiency is required, because we don't have, gone are the days where everything is kept in manual way. Now it's everything is computerized, everything is digitalized. So you need to know the different software technologies to maintain accounting, SPSS. You need to know SAP, you need to know Tally. These are the basic requirements. Excel, how to work on it, and then convert this data into computerized data, and then generate the analytical data that is given by the computer, communicate it to the external stakeholders, communicate to your internal management for decision making. So for all of this, you need core domain skill. So this is all about core domain skills, the basic relevant information required for you in the field where you have established yourself. This domain skills can vary from one field to another field, from one job profile to another job profile, from one industry to another industry. Did you understand core domain skills? I hope you would have understood. See, I will be doing the entire session. Please take a note of wherever you have got doubt. At the end of the session, I would be definitely taking you through the Q&A session. So there you can pose all your doubts. Clear? And the second skill required for you is communication skills. See, you have knowledge, but if you don't have the ability to convey it, will you be able to succeed in your life? Definitely not, right? So just now, ma'am gave the introduction. Now, when ma'am was giving the introduction, she would have done a lot of preparation behind it. Now she needs information. She has to gather that information. She has to, summarize that information, provide it in a crisp and clear manner, and then that should be conveyed for the audience. So there are a lot of processes involved here, right? So that is communication. Now I am doing I am taking this session. I'm using PowerPoint presentation. Now PowerPoint presentation is a mode of communication, right? If it was offline, I would have taken you through the board teaching also. If I would have taken you through the offline session, my mode of communication would be definitely different. But without communication, there wouldn't be any sort of transaction in the entire world. So the world is going to stand only because of communication. right? So you would have come here, you would have applied, you have taken application, applied for your courses. Now that application is given with various information. Now you should understand what that information, then you should provide that information, then only the admission procedure is going to happen. So that is again communication, right? So communication involves basically, 6 principles. That 6 principles are listening skills. 80% of successful communication comes from listening skills. Only 20% contributes in your speaking skills, right? So listening is very important, because only with the help of listening skills you would be able to understand the other people's information, other person's information, and with that information you can provide relevant response, and then you should be able to provide what you feel in a very genuine manner, in a very polite manner. And then communication is also involved with verbal communication and non-verbal communication. See, verbal is when I'm using words, that is called as verbal communication. Verbal can be oral as well as written. Now, I'm explaining you. This is oral communication. A PPT is projected to you. That is written communication. But in both the communication, I'm using words, right? That is verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. I'm using body language. I'm using facial expressions. I'm using my body posture, right? I'm sitting in a right manner. So you people are also, sticking on to the session. So these are all non-verbal communication, action-oriented communication, right? And then intercultural communication, very, very important. It was not initially introduced in communication skills, but once multinational companies flourished and once we became globalized economy, where all the countries started interacting with each other, that's when we got explored to various, or we got exposed to various different cultures, right? So we need to know, respect their culture and speak accordingly. Now, in Western countries, the way they greet the people is different. In India, the way we treat people is different. Now I have to understand that culture, and then I will have to communicate accordingly. Now I can't go and shake hand with external persons according to Indian culture, because we usually do pranams, right? So we usually do pranams or namaste, and then we welcome the chief guests or welcome the dignitaries. So understanding our culture and then communicating according to it, that is intercultural communication. Very, very important, because now we are in globalized era. So we are interacting with various countries, and all the countries have different cultures. So understanding their cultural background and complexities and then communicating according to it is definitely required. That will not lead to more complications, and that will now Pepsi is a US company. Now it is operating even in India. Now it should understand the culture of Indian market, and then it should have to do advertisements according to it. Now in Western countries, the cultural norms are different, so there they can have a different kind of advertisement. Now in Arab countries, there is a different kind of culture altogether, so there they will have to do a different advertisement or different promotional plans. So understanding and then communicating. Then another important aspect is emotional intelligence. Intelligence is the ability of you to grasp things that's been given to you, the ability of you to digest the facts and information. So emotional intelligence is nothing but the stability of you when you are speaking, right? You would have seen some of the videos will go viral where the manager would be using abusive words and shouting at their subordinates. They use their they don't maintain the decorum. No, because they wouldn't have maintained that emotional balance when they are communicating. See, you need to always have that emotional balance when you are communicating to your audience. So combining all this together would be called as communication skills, which is definitely required if you have to establish yourself as a successful person. um Simple example, Narendra Modi has not got a lot of qualifications behind him, But he is one of the successful leaders that Indian politics have ever seen, right? How he has established himself as a successful political person? Because he has got a good oratory skills. He has got a good communicative skills. He has the ability to appeal for the people. Now, because of that only, he is able to, convince the voters. Of course, it is because of his plans, it is because of his actions that he is being successful. But when it comes to elections, when it comes to campaigns, have you seen his speeches? It is so, it is so motivating for him, for us to see his speech and understand, how effective communication will have the ability to reach out the audience. And then the third one, the third skill set is case study analysis. Now, what is case study analysis? Case study analysis is nothing but it is understanding the problem in a very in-depth manner, in a detailed manner, in a layered manner, and identifying what that problem is all about, then breaking that problems into smaller parts, and then providing the solution for all these identified segments. So that is called as a case, right? So analyzing this case and providing a solution for this case is called as case study analysis. Because in business we will be facing the crisis quite often, and we should know what is problem, right? We should know what problem is all about. Then only we will be able to provide the solution. If we don't understand the problem, how can we provide the solution? Now, for example, you're not feeling well. Now you go to the doctor. Now, if you don't convey or if you don't communicate about what the problem you're facing, right, the doctor will not be able to provide the solution. Same way, even in business, we would be given with a lot of problems. But if I don't understand about the problem, I wouldn't be able to provide effective solution. So first step in problem is to understand what the problem is all about. Then you need to provide an outline about that particular problem, where you can think of various possibilities to overcome for that particular problem, and then you can provide the solutions, or you can provide the SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunity and challenges for the solutions that you have provided. And based on that, the higher level authorities can take the action. If your solution is going to be feasible, practicable, then they would be able to execute your problems. So this is about case study analysis. Now, for example, Maggie was banned. Maggie was a Nestle product. It was banned. It was banned because uh, Nestle didn't meet FSSAI regulatory norms, right? The prescribed MSG, that is monosodium glutamate, the core ingredient that is used in their spice. So that was beyond the prescribed limits. Now immediately Maggie was banned in India because they didn't cope up with the prescribed limits, and that is when the production department found that their product had a problem. Now they understood the problem was with MSG content. Now the problem area here is MSG content. Now this MSG content was reduced to the prescribed limit, and again they reintroduced with the products, right? So what is the highlight here? If they don't understand the key areas, they will not be able to come up with the feasible solutions. Now it has been revamped, it has been changed with a different solution, and then they have introduced Maggie. Now Maggie is not banned, it is accepted in Indian market because they have followed that particular regulatory norms. So understanding what the problem is all about and then coming up with the solution, but the solution should be feasible, the solution should be economical, reasonable, and it should make sense for the company and for its development. So that is what case study analysis is all about. Even you as a commerce and management professional, you'll be facing various, crises on a daily basis. There would be some problems in the tax reforms, there would be some problems in the marketing plans, there would be some problems in the HR issues. So you should be able to provide solutions for these problems that you face quite often. So that is also one of the important skill sets required for you. And then time management. See, time is the only resource. Even Ambani's or even Buffett or even Bezos, Nobody can buy time. They can buy the entire world if they think, but they can't buy time. So time is the only resource, only precious resource that is equally distributed for all, right? Rest of the resources, of course, we have a lot of, differentiation, but time is same for everybody. So that is very, very precious, and everybody have 24 hours in a day. Now, you would be given various tasks on a daily basis. Now, somebody would be successful, some of you will not be successful. Why? Because planning is very, very important, class. So, what you will have to do, why you're going to do, right? How you're going to do, right? You will have to always have a plan in advance. When you plan well, that is when you can allocate your time according to the plan, and you cannot misuse the time, and you can be able to accomplish all the set tasks within the stipulated time, right? Now, 10:30 to 12 is the session given for me, is the session allotted to me. Now I should be able to complete the given topic for me. Now if I don't plan in advance, if I just come here and if I sit and casually talk, will I be able to deliver the content? Definitely not. So my task here is to provide you 21st century's life skill for commerce and management student, which I have bifurcated into 12 different skills, and each skill I am able to provide you the meaning and then the example. See, I am not just here, I am not exaggerating or something like that. It's just an example that I'm giving you. You will have to plan your time, then provide a content for that planned time, and then deliver it. That is when you can accomplish your said tasks. Even in your exams, very, very important, time management is very important in your exams. See, if you don't allot your time according to the marks, you will not be able to manage time. Most of the students will come and tell us, ma'am, the paper was lengthy. Ma'am, we were not able to write, ma'am. Ma'am, I didn't, write one section C question. I ran out of time, ma'am. People will come and tell this. Why? Because you know what happens. Section A, all 10 questions. Why to leave? Anyways, I know. I will write all 10 questions. Section B, I know this particular topic, I know more, content. Let me write. Why should I waste my knowledge there? You will write 3 pages of explanation for 5 marks. Now what will happen? You don't find time for section C questions, right? So time management is very, very important. Allocate your time according to the marks allocated. For 2 marks, you need to allocate, for section A, that is for 2 marks question, you should allocate only 15 minutes, not more than 15 minutes. For 3 5 marks questions, that is 15 marks, right? So for 3 5 marks question, you should allocate not more than 45 minutes, right? So within 1 hour, you should write section A, section B, and section D. Section D hardly takes 5 minutes. That is practical oriented question. It would be given directly in your syllabus. So now, within 1 hour, you should complete section A, section B, and section D. Section C is where maximum time given. So for section C, you should allocate minimum 1.5 hours of time. So within 2.5 hours of time, you can complete your entire exam. In half an hour, do proofreading. Underline the key areas. Present it in a well manner. Why you will not be able to manage time? Correct? So you should plan. You should make sense while you're planning, right? So when you're planning, see, I have given you in the slide, create a calendar. You should always have a timetable scheduled for you. Now your exams are coming up. Now when your exams are coming up, you will know in advance now how you are going to prepare it, right? So for practical papers, what is your strategy? For theory paper, what is your strategy? Then have the priorities. Now your exam is tomorrow, you have mathematics, or tomorrow you have accountancy. Now you don't have to sit and study marketing today. You should prioritize and study accounting. So prioritize what is needed for you according to the situation. Then you should always keep motivating yourself, class. There would not be any person behind you. You are the reason for your success, or you are the reason for your failure. Rest all are facilitators for you. Rest all would be only your moral support, right? So you should know that. Then only you will be able to be sensible and practical person. and then stay realistic. Make sure that you have practical plans. Don't have over ambitious plans. Don't have unrealistic plans. Always follow smart goals, that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bounded tasks should be mentioned. And write down. Always have the habit of writing what you're planning for. If you manifest it with your writing, you will definitely be more focused, and you'll be able to achieve the tasks. And say no where it is needed, and take breaks when and as and when required. Don't be over studious. Definitely go out with your friends, go for movies, take break, relax. Relaxation is very, very required, because we are human beings, we are not machines. Our brains will definitely get drained if we keep working for a continuous time, right? So take adequate breaks, right? And then when you take adequate breaks, obviously your brain gets rejuvenated, and it would be more focused for the upcoming tasks. And that is when you can boost your productivity. And use always timers, set alarms, right? Set alarms, set the stopwatch, set the timers, and then work accordingly. Only then you will be able to successfully complete the set tasks. So always plan in advance and allocate the time according to the importance that's going to give you in your life. It should be very important in your life. Only then you should allocate the time. If it's not important for you, then don't allocate the time. Okay. And then team management and leadership. So again, when it comes to team management and leadership, uh, what happens? There would be many people, above you, but you should be able to know what they are and how they are able to provide you the tasks, right? So management is nothing but it's a function, or where you would be given the tasks, right? Getting things done from others is management, right? Leadership, on the other side, leadership is you should be able to motivate yourself and motivate your team members, and then you should be able to guide others also. Build that relationship, take your team to the next level. So that is leadership. Management is allocating your tasks and giving that to the identified resources. Leadership is where you are thinking from the future perspective, and you are motivating yourself and your team members, and then you are going to move forward with accomplishing these tasks and achieving your future goals. That is called as leadership. So as an individual, you should be both a manager as well as leader, because you can't be a level 2 employee all time. You need to climb up the ladder in your career, right? You should climb up to the level 1, then become manager, and then become vice president. Now if you have to move up in your career, you need to definitely be able to manage your resources, and along with it you should be able to motivate others also, right? You should be ahead of others also. So allocation of the tasks, getting things done from others, and then leading all these resources and thinking from future perspective. You have to have all these skills. Only then you can sustain in your career, and only then you can progress in your career. You should not get stagnated at one point. You should always keep going from one level to another level. If you have to have this kind of dynamism in your life, then definitely both the team management as well as leadership is very, very important. Is that clear? And then digital proficiency. What is proficiency? Proficiency is having in-depth knowledge, and you should be able to establish yourself in that domain. That is called as proficiency. You should be fluent enough in that particular domain. That's called as proficiency. So digital proficiency is nothing but, now we are leading our life in a digitalized era. We are leading our life in a more technological oriented era. Now gone are the days where manually transactions were happening. Now everything is happening over internet. Today itself the classes are done online, right? So before, this concept of Zoom, or concept of having laptops, PPTs were not there, right? If you ask teachers who were there in 1990s, who were there in 1980s teaching students, they didn't have the need of using the laptops, need of using Zoom, need of internet technologies, because the market was different way back in 1980s and 1990s. But now we are in 2025. We are already, quarter of the century is done, right? So we have lot of changes. Internet has made the entire, entire globe to be in one particular tip of finger. With this tip of finger, that internet technology is making us to reach the entire globe. That is the power of technology. Now, if I don't, cope up myself and update myself in this digitalized era, I would definitely not be able to cope up with the current market trend. So make sure that you are knowing the current technologies that is required for you to perform your job, right? And then you will have to collaborate with others who are providing such kind of proficiencies for you, and make sure that you are managing your skills and making sure that you are learning here. Now your manager has asked you to complete a certification course on SAP. Now you go to the coaching center, you give money, you get the certificate. Now you show that to the manager. Okay, your manager will accept. Your manager will ask you to continue with the job. But why is your manager asking you to do as SAP? Because there is a requirement in the job for you to apply SAP. Now you just go show the certificate, but if you don't know how to apply, will you survive in the market? Will you survive in your profession? No. So you should be able to learn. See, you can buy anything, but you can't buy knowledge, right? So you should have the ability to acquire the knowledge. See, don't work only for certification. Work for acquiring the knowledge. Automatically, when you acquire the knowledge, rest of the things will follow you. So understand what the current situations are. Now, analytics is booming. Artificial intelligence is booming, right? So in a very big scale. But don't worry, artificial intelligence will not be replaced with human beings. Human beings would be definitely superiors than artificial intelligence. But you should know how to control artificial intelligence. For that, you should have the knowledge. Correct? If you don't have the knowledge, the technology will dominate you. So if you have to control the technology, you should have the knowledge about the technology. So that way, being the HR professionals or accounting professionals or finance professionals, we'll need to work on the softwares. We need to know how the software is. For example, I was working for Tesco. Tesco is a retail management company, one of the largest retail industries. It is second largest in the globe. Now, Tesco works with Oracle software. Now, as a BCom fresher, when I joined the company, I didn't have knowledge about Oracle, but I definitely knew about, all the MS tools, but I didn't know how Oracle works. But they do all the work in Oracle software. Now, if I don't know how to operate Oracle software, will I be able to work with the system? No. So I should be able to know how the Oracle software works. So if I have to, even though I have knowledge, even though I am a skilled person, if I don't adopt to the technology that the company is following, I might not be able to apply my knowledge in the job. I might not be able to be part of their system. So that is what I meant. Nowadays, especially Digital India has been introduced. Now, even all the government transactions have been converted to digitalized transactions. So you will have to definitely upgrade yourself. And the best part of, digitalization is you will have transparency. Now everything is transparent, everything is recorded, and you will be definitely knowing what is happening. Now the performance appraisals, gone are the days where they used to manipulate with the records, but now it has been computerized, right? The performance appraisal is also tracked through software, so nobody can have manipulation. Now you people are using phone pay, Google Pay. Now can you manipulate with phone pay and Google Pay? You can manipulate with cash, but can you manipulate with phone pay and Google Pay? Definitely not. So that is the advantage of technology. So try to adapt to the technological developments and adopt accordingly. And then the next skill set is financial analysis. Now what is finance? See, money is very, very important, class. Money is the basic requirement, like four factors of production. One is man, money, machine, and material, right? So they are the four M's of, or factors of production. Now, if you have to do your business, you need money. Without money, can you do business? No. And especially when you're doing business, you would be using others' money also, right? So in that case, you should be knowing how to, judiciously use, how to multiply it, and how to provide that as a return to your investors. So analyzing, understanding each and every penny that you have invested in your business. So that is called as financial analysis. In financial analysis, you will have to do a lot of calculations. One is cash flow analysis. What is cash flow analysis? Cash flow analysis is nothing but you get cash receipts and cash payments in a business. What is cash receipt? The money that comes into your business is called as cash receipt. What is cash payment? The money that you spend out of your pocket towards other purposes. That's called as cash outflow. So, managing this cash inflow and cash outflow, striking the right balance between cash inflow and cash outflow. So, that is called as cash flow analysis. Then, how you are going to, estimate the trend. What is trend? Trend is something that you are going to estimate for your future based on your past data. So how you are going to estimate it? Now, for example, there would be a car manufacturer. This month, the car manufacturer is able to sell, 1,200 cars, and the market is accepting his product. Now, with that kind of acceptance, he should be able to predict for the future. So, okay, my product is accepted in the market. It has been successfully, accepted as a commercial product in the market. Now, let me increase my productivity. Now, in the upcoming quarter, I plan from 1,200 to 1,500 units. So, that is called trend analysis. So, you will have to project. Without projection, you can definitely not be able to, plan in advance for your future requirements. And then profitability analysis is nothing but you're going to know how to, plan for your profits. Today, if my earning is 100 rupees, I should not completely invest 100 rupees in my business. I will have to provide it for various other factors also, in the form of salaries, in the form of wages, in the form of rents, in the form of interest. So how am I going to give that for other expenses? How am I going to invest for my business? How I am going to utilize for my personal benefit? So all this planning is profitability. And then scenario analysis, sensitivity analysis is nothing but, see, every business is succumb to pressure. The changes will keep happening. Now, how is that change happening? Why is that change happening? Understanding that changes and then quickly acting according to the changes. That is called as scenario analysis or sensitivity analysis. For example, Wildcraft. Wildcraft is a bag manufacturer, apparel manufacturer. During COVID, they manufactured masks. They did advertisement for masks. No, that is scenario analysis. That is sensitivity analysis because they understood that mask is definitely a requirement during those days and they started producing products under this particular category. And then cost benefit analysis. It is also called as profit volume ratio. PV ratio. Cost benefit analysis is, see, if I invest 100 rupees, if I take 110 rupees out of it, then how would I calculate for this 10 rupees for the upcoming business decisions? So that is cost benefit analysis. And then investment appraisals. Now, as a business entity, I can't keep investing only in one venture. I should be, trying for different other sources of income also. So for that, what kind of investment strategies that I'm going to take? Risk and return analysis. What is risk? Risk is nothing but the deviations that I'm expecting in my income out of the standards, right? For example, you write your exam and you expect 85%, but you get 80%. That 5% deviation in your expectation is called as risk. Same way, even in the stock market, you invest 1,000 rupees with the intention of earning 1,200, but you buy, you get only 1,100. So that 100 rupees difference is called as risk, is called as deviation. So then financial ratio analysis. So what is financial ratio analysis? Calculating all the ratios, liquidity ratio, quick ratio, current ratio, right? Stock turnover ratio. All of this is called as financial ratio analysis. See, same like a human body, the organizations also work. It's almost the same. no difference at all. So in such cases, how you are going to calculate in advance? Now, a doctor will see your temperature. If your temperature is beyond 104 or beyond 98, that means it's an indication that you have a fever. Now, if your temperature is less than 98, that means your body temperature is normal. You don't face any sort of health issues, right? So that 98 degree is a parameter for assessing your, for your health. Same way, for organizations, there would be already a set formats. So that set formats you should calculate for your organization, compare it with the standards, and then you should see where your organization stands for. For example, current ratio. Current ratio is nothing but the relationship between current assets and current liabilities. Now, in current ratio, for example, it should be 2 is to 1. What is that 2 is to 1? If I have current assets, what are current assets? Stock, cash in hand, cash at bank, receivables. If I have this worth 200 rupees, my current liabilities, that is bills payable, creditors, to whom I owe money. So if that is current liability. So if current liabilities is 100 rupees, my current asset should be 200 rupees. My current liability is 200, my current asset is 100. Now that's a wrong indication. That is where, as an organization, my financial health will get impacted. So this is financial ratio. So basically, financial ratio is just like your test records. You would have got hemoglobin count. You should be this amount. You should have this amount of hemoglobin count. It should be beyond 9 only. It should be 14. Then only you will have that healthy blood in your body. So based similarly, even for the organization, there would be an established standards, and they should be able to meet that standards. And then credit analysis. What is credit analysis? See, when you're giving money for somebody, you should know the ability of the person to repay back. If you don't know the ability, if you blindly give the money, will you get back the money? No. So you should have the ability to assess the person before you give. So that's why bank will always rely on credit rating, right? And then budget variance analysis. So you should always plan for your budget in advance. Working capital analysis, that is daily requirements of the organization should be taken care of. It should not be only the long term plans. It should be always a combination of short term, mid term, and long term plans. See, you purchase bike, but if you don't have money to fuel the bike, can you run the bike? No, right? So purchasing bike is a long-term decision, but fueling the bike is a short-term decision. You can't take loan for fueling your bike. You need to have money in your hand to fuel the bike, isn't it? So that is called working capital analysis. Now you have a huge manufacturing outlet. You have invested crores of money in taking that machines, installing, everything is set. But if you don't have laborers to run the machine, can you be able to produce the products? Definitely not, isn't it? So to run the product, to run the machine, you need laborers. If you have to keep the laborers on a daily basis, you have to pay them wages. Now, if you have to pay the wages, you should have adequate cash in your account. And that is again working capital analysis. And then break even analysis. See, always you should be able to take out your minimum investment. If you are investing 100 rupees, worst case, you should be able to take out this 100 rupees back. Now that is break even analysis. No profit, no loss point, right? And then next, risk management analytics. What is risk management analytics? Understanding the deviations in advance and taking the precautionary measures. So that is called as risk management analysis. For example, you take insurance, right? Why do you have to take insurance? See, nobody, purchases the bike with the intention of meeting with accident. But everybody purchases insurance as soon as they purchase bike. Because what if they meet with the accident? So we need to be prepared for the worst scenarios also. So that is called as, risk management analysis. So these are the different types of financial ratio analysis that is required for you as a part of commerce and management students. Is that clear? And then the next point would be Excuse me, ma'am. Next is quantitative aptitude. So quantitative aptitude is nothing but the ability of you to, understand the numbers and comprehend the numbers and provide a decision making. So that is called as aptitude. Did you understand? So in aptitude, we definitely have profit and loss. We also have, um, uh, just 2 minutes. I'll just plug in my charger and come back. 1 minute. Give me a minute of time. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, I was discussing quantitative aptitude, right? So quantitative aptitude is that's what you should be able to, you should be able to understand the numbers, calculate the numbers, comprehend the numbers, provide decision making in numbers. So that is called as quantitative aptitude. So here you should be knowing how to calculate the profits, losses, percentages, simple interest, compound interest, time calculations, distance calculations, number systems. See, ultimately, we all believe only in the facts, right? So if we have to believe in the facts, then definitely we should be able to, understand the numbers. So quantitative is understanding the numbers. And then direct and indirect taxes. So in direct taxes, all that it is levied on a person's income, that is called as direct taxes. All that which is not directly levied on the person's income, but it is calculated and it is collected in the different formats, that is called as indirect taxes. So you should, as a business entity, you should be knowing what direct taxes is, what indirect taxes is. If you don't understand these terminologies, then you will be not able to be successful in the business. So understanding what direct taxes is all about, what indirect taxes is all about, and calculating and making sure that you take effective measures while calculating, and making sure that you don't end up paying more taxes, because paying more taxes will again add on to the expenses of the organization. So trying to minimize the tax burden and then act accordingly. So that is again planning, right? So direct taxes, indirect taxes, you should be knowing how to do calculations for all of this. So when the taxes, what is tax? Tax is nothing but the charges that is levied for the income. This is the only source of revenue for the government. So how are we going to collect this? So there are two formats. If I am imposing the taxes directly on an individual income, or when a person is paying out of his pockets, that is called as direct taxes. This is nothing but income tax is a direct tax when they are charging on my personal income. Indirect tax is what? When I am going to go into the market, I purchase a product. Now on that product, again, there is a tax levy that is called as goods and service taxes. Now I pay tax for the products, but product is because for my consumption I'm using that product, and that product money whatever I pay, it is the income for the business. So there again I'm paying the taxes. It's an indirect form of taxes. There is nothing called as the tax that is levied on my personal income. It is levied on other aspects, so that is called as indirect taxes. So understanding the terms of direct taxes and indirect taxes, and then mm, internships and research, very very important class, because if you have to um, uh, have to have the knowledge, practical knowledge, internship is compulsory. Now, according to state education policy, internship is mandatory. Again, it has been part of your syllabus also. So you will have to go work with the company, gain experience, and you should then start searching for the jobs. So the gap between your student life and your regular employment life. So that is internship, okay? You're not a regular employee. Rather, you are not getting regular payment, but you are going to be a student in the employment scenario. This way I can put it across. So internship is not, you're not a student there, but you're like a student in the work environment. You learn how to work, and for that they give you a stipend, and that is internships can be both paid as well as unpaid also. So just for the knowledge acquisition point of view, you can go and approach for internship. Or you can also go for internship like as a part-time work, right? And then, for example, you go to a chartered accountant and you help the chartered accountant in filing the returns. You help the chartered accountant in compilation. You help the chartered accountant in documentation. Now, that is internship. Now, you're not regular employee working under the chartered accountant. Rather, you're just helping the chartered accountant understanding the work of the chartered accountant. So that is called as internship. And then you go to the stockbroker and you help the stockbroker in doing some sort of calculations. So that is again internship. And then, you are going to get the knowledge about the industry per se. Okay. And then research. What is research? You're extending the existing knowledge. So that is called as research. So research is, you will have to go beyond your syllabus and do definitely have knowledge, possess knowledge. So that is called as research. So having the knowledge about the academic field, having the knowledge about the industry field, and also extending your knowledge beyond the syllabus given in your academic field is definitely required for you to have a comprehensive knowledge in the commerce and management domain. So that is what internship and research is all about. So definitely I would suggest you, after your first year or second year, go and approach stockbrokers, go and approach some money lenders, go and approach chartered accountants, non-government organizations, and go work there at least for 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day during your vacations. Learn how the work life works there before actually applying for the jobs. See, those resumes who carry research and internships in their resume will have a lot of competitive advantage compared to the rest of the graduates. So having that internships, having the research projects would definitely give you a lot of weightage when you're approaching for the jobs. And then research is nothing but you have a lot of conferences, right? Seminars, conferences. Go take part in the conference, do a paper presentation. What is paper presentation? You take a research topic, you take just a topic and do a research. What is research? Understand what is happening in the field, try to provide something new in that field. So that is called as research. So you can try to do some research oriented work, do paper presentations, be part of international conferences, and again do internships. So all of this will definitely add on to your career, definitely add on to your resume. If you do internships in a well reputed company, you are easily taken for the jobs, because the companies who come for the interview, if they look into the candidate, if the candidate has already got that practical exposure, it is easy for them to train, it is easy for them to make such candidates to get adapted to the work life situations. So that's why those students who get internship opportunities, who do research works, will have a lot of competitive advantage, especially in the job markets. Okay. And then strategic plans, having strategic plans. What is strategic? long-term plans. Your life should always have long-term plans, class. So having long-term plans, and for that long-term plans, set short-term plans and keep achieving these short-term plans on a consistent basis. That is when you will be able to achieve the long-term plans. So the strategic plans that you will be achieving would definitely help you to progress in the career. Are you able to understand? If you don't think from long-term perspective, if you think only from short-term perspective, you would definitely succumb to the pressure and you would not have a meaningful career. So always have long-term plans. Don't stick on to the short-term plans and get carried away with the short-term, perks, short-term benefits. Okay. Focus on what is required for you in your life. Always have ambitions at the higher level. So you should know yourself. That's what I told you in the initial, session, initial part of the session, self-awareness. You should know yourself. You should know what is your skill, what is your strength, what kind of challenges you are facing, and what kind of priorities you have in your life, what kind of value system you possess in your life. So all that will help you to act accordingly. Okay. So when you're planning for your career, you can have a model. See, I have shown you in the slide also, career development model. First, you should know what is the core capabilities of yourself, and then act on your strength, build connections, develop skills, apply knowledge, right? Gain experience. So for example, right from the beginning, I had the passion of becoming a teacher. Now, if I have to become a teacher, what kind of skills I have to possess? Now, I should start evaluating myself, and then I should act for that. Now, how will I act? I should start building connections. So I should start having networking in teaching fraternity. Start building networks and take contacts of different teachers in different colleges, different levels, and then I will have to develop my skills also. I should apply my knowledge here when I'm going and going for various opportunities. I should apply my knowledge. I should gain experience out of these opportunities, and then I should go towards the goals. So first I will have to plan, I will have to set my goals, and then I will have to explore and do the research. Where are the opportunities possibly, that's going to help me in the development? And then I should know myself, evaluate myself, and then I will have to act accordingly. So plan, explore and research, then know yourself, and then act accordingly. So these are the 4 steps that should be definitely required from your end. And the last one, entrepreneurial skills. Who's an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is the one who is able to give something new to the market, who's going to give some innovative contribution to the market, but that contribution should have potential to earn livelihood. So that is what entrepreneurship is all about. See, you have idea in your mind, but if you don't commercialize your idea, you can't become an entrepreneur, right? So a creative person should have the ability to convert his creativity into a commercial product. And with this commercial product, he should be able to market it, and he should be able to earn revenue for it. And only then he will be able to generate profits, and he will be able to provide employment opportunities. And with that kind of employment opportunities, he can contribute for the national development. And that is when, as a nation, we can grow, right? So entrepreneurs are very, very important for the development of any nation, for that matter. We can't keep having the salaried jobs. There should be somebody who should be providing the salaries, right? Who is going to provide the salaries? Entrepreneurs are going to provide the salaries. So who are these entrepreneurs? They are the one who provide innovative contribution for the society, commercialize those innovative products. What is commercialization? Converting your thought process into actions, and this action should provide you money. And this money should create job opportunities in the market, and this job opportunities should create livelihood for various people. And with this, the standard of living of the people should improve, and they should contribute in the form of direct and indirect taxes to the national development. And nation should develop as a in an overall perspective. So this is because of the entrepreneurship. And the research says that if you invest 1 lakh rupees in the small scale sector, just 1 lakh rupees in small scale sector as an entrepreneur, you can provide employment opportunity for 4 individuals. Okay. Again, the labor force are categorized into different categories. You have unskilled, skilled, semi-skilled, and highly skilled. Okay. Unskilled, those who don't possess any skills, but they take this as a matter of legacy. Now, a silk sari weaver, his forefathers would have been doing this business. So, by observation, as a natural, legacy, he continues with the same profession. So, that is called unskilled labor. Semi-skilled. Semi-skilled is where you don't have to have qualifications. But if you know how to do it, you can get a job. For example, a driver, a truck driver, a bus driver, they don't have to have educational qualification. If they know how to drive a bus, they can get a driver job. So a mechanical, if he knows how to repair the vehicles, he can definitely become a mechanical, right? So he need not know what is mechanical engineering, what kind of qualifications is needed. No, only the skills is he need to know how to repair the bikes, right? So that is semi-skilled. Skilled is the combination of both knowledge as well as skills. So you should have knowledge, along with it you should be able to apply that knowledge for the work. So that is called skilled labor. Now all of you will be skilled laborers in future because you have opted for BCom and BBA courses. Now once your graduation is done, you will be applying this knowledge for the job requirements. So therefore you will become part of skilled labor force. Okay. And highly skilled is where they establish themselves as a brand. Now, doctors, you'll be seeing there will be great doctors. Now, people will be uh, really waiting for their appointments. They establish themselves as a brand in their field. Now, that is again highly skilled laborers. So, doctors, chartered accountants, they should be having registered certificates from ICAI. Only then they will have that recognition. Only then they will be called for the organizations. And even for a minute that they spend with the organization, they really charge a high remuneration. So that is highly skilled labors. So now all of them will get the job opportunities only when there are businesses running. Now, who will run these businesses? Entrepreneurs are the one who run the businesses. Now, if I have to become a successful entrepreneur, what are the requirements for me? One is I should be able to think from the long-term perspective, and I should have the ability to communicate and convince my investors to come and put their money in my organization. I should be able to manage the resources within the organization for the development of my organization. I should be persistent and resilient in terms of challenges and in terms of crisis. And I should be able to manage my money well. And along with that, I should be able to reach my targets, not to lead with unnecessary stress, making sure I build a network with my contemporaries, and I should have a cordial relationship, good interpersonal relationship. That is where interpersonal relationship works. See, I told you in life skills, so that life skill is definitely required here also. And I should establish myself as a brand. My company should get established itself as a brand in the market, and that's when, as a entrepreneur, I become a successful entrepreneur. And with that kind of brand recognition, definitely there would be more sales happening. Definitely there would be long-term business development, sustainable growth. And in that kind of sustainable growth, I can create multiple job opportunities. I can create more capital formation. And that's when, as a nation, we are going to develop. So these are the skill sets required for us for, becoming the successful entrepreneurs. See, they're all successful entrepreneurs now because they had that visionary in the, long term. That is why they are successful. Now you could have seen a lot of people in the slide. They all are, successful entrepreneurs. Lakshmi Mittal, Dhirubhai Ambani, Ratan Tata, then, Narayan Murthy, Shiv Nadal, right? Azim Premji, right? Then Bajaj, right? They are all successful entrepreneurs. So, see, these are the opportunities where you can establish yourself in your career. So, if you possess the required life skills, if you understand what is your core strength, if you work on your capabilities, and if you know that what are required for you to become a successful entrepreneur, then definitely with that kind of knowledge, with that kind of confidence that you gain, you can be part of these career opportunities. So the top industries for commerce and management graduates would be a professional like chartered accountant, company secretariat, chartered and cost and management accountant. So they are all professionals in the commerce and management field, scientific field, technical services, finance and accounts, banking and insurance, public administration, that is IPS, IAS, UPSC exams. Even for that, you can go and apply. Manufacturing industries, there also you can be part of it. Like cost accountant is definitely required in manufacturing industries. Healthcare sector, social assistance, even in healthcare sector you need finance department who take care of finances. There also you need social assistance. Social assistance is nothing but you can be part of NGOs, you can be part of the government initiatives. And the top employers for commerce and management graduates are Amazon, Infosys, TCS, Alchemy, Northern Trust, Wipro, HDFC, Cognizant. So they're all, Motilal Oswal Financial Services, Bharti AXA Life Insurance. They're all top employers. And the common job titles that you get after you, start with your career would be a quantitative or business or data or financial analyst, marketing or retail or operation or manager or human resource or supply chain manager. See, they're all your domains. Supply chain is a domain, sales is a domain, human resource is a domain, retail is a domain, operations is a domain, marketing is a domain. That's what I spoke about in core domain skills, right? Tax consultant, you can become a tax consultant, you can become an auditor, you can become an investment banker, financial planner, a research analyst, research and internship. I spoke about it. So these are all the different common job titles that you can have once you start your career. So with the combination of your commerce and management knowledge, syllabus knowledge, life skills, core domain skills, and the 21st century life skills required for commerce and management graduates, with the culmination of all of this, you can have enough knowledge in you, and this knowledge will boost your confidence level. With this kind of confidence level, if you go and approach for different employ different companies, you will have definitely competitive advantage in getting the jobs. And with that kind of entry in the good companies, you can establish your career in a very, very good manner. And I'm sure you have that potential. You can also be one like successful entrepreneurs or successful commerce and management aspirants. Okay. I would like to thank Sri Lakshmi ma'am, RC Government College, for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge regarding this 21st century life skills to the students. I hope the students have got some basic required knowledge for them to be established themselves as successful individuals. So any doubts if they have, they can definitely ask. And this 10 minutes of time is allotted for Q&A session. This is open for all. Thank you.
Dear students, if you want to talk, you please raise your hands. I will unmute you. If anyone wants to ask anything, you may ask. Raise your hands or you please request so that we will unmute you. Sir, ಮುಗೀತು ಇವ್ರದ್ದು. Kindly raise your hand, students, if you have any doubts or any clarifications, this being the last day of your 4 days student empowerment program. You have any doubts, any clarifications, anything you would want to share, you may ask.
If they don't have doubts, that means they have not understood anything.
No, it can, let's be positive. They would have understood everything.
Both the extremes.
Let's be positive.
Yes, students, how was the session interesting? Did you learn anything? You can be open enough and expressive enough. A lot of opportunities are awaiting you. You should be very happy that you have decided to be in commerce and management field. Lot of opportunities in future.
Yeah, just putting it in the chat box,
Mm. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahesh. We are glad that you were online and then you were listening. Thank you, Usha. Thank you, Mohammad Rihan, Bharat,
Subject.
Lata. Thank you very much. Listening, for being active in this Zoom session. We are glad because your participation is our motivation to do more. We'll just wait for our principal to come. Once our principal comes, we'll have a quick photo session and then we'll just wind up the session.
Yes, yes.
Just 2 minutes, madam. Exams are going on, so principal is a little bit busy. He'll just come in 2 minutes. We'll just wind up the session. Thank you so much.
Yes. I'll wait, ma'am. I'll wait another 2 minutes, ma'am.
with respect to college opening date, the university will give us the dates as to when your college will reopen. So it will reopen as soon as the university gives us the dates. So it is not in college hands. We all are working every day. For us, there's no, closing, or we don't have any closure date. But for you, it will start as soon as the university tells, we will start. So I welcome principal for this closing session of 4 days student empowerment program. So today we had Dr. Sushmita ma'am from MES Institute of Management. She spoke about mindful launch. I request our principal to give presidential remarks.
So, good morning, students, and good morning, Dr. Sushmita. Thank you very much for having accepted our invite and be the speaker for the day.
Thank you, sir.
Grateful to you. Dear students, those who are joined, we expected it's 146 is the number of participants. Actually, it was meant for all the students of the college. Probably due to various reasons they would not join. See, I take pride in claiming that and announcing that ours is the first college even before the commencement of the classes, even before the completion of the admission and before the last date of the admission kind of program to create some kind of confidence in the minds of the students under the title Mindful Launch, a student empowerment program. And this was conducted for last 4 or 5 days. 4 days. I think different experts spoke on different areas, and probably all of you would have got benefited out of it. Say ours is a prime college, and I would be very happy to inform through this platform that you are lucky that you got admission in this college. Had you come today asking for different courses, probably most of the courses admission is closed. It is closed. And we are done with 1,400 admissions so far. 1,400 admissions. You can imagine for the first year degree, 1,400 admissions. This might not be the case in other colleges where the admission and the total strength of the college itself is less than 1,000. So our first year degree is 1,400 admissions, and probably we would be closing this admission in a couple of days for other programs where the admissions are open for left out seats. We have completed admissions for general BBA General and BBA Aviation. It is already closed. And also BCom with the specialization of accounting and finance. For that also the admission is closed. AEDP program, that is Apprenticeship Embedded Degree Program under the banner of BCom BFSI. Admission for that is also closed. So we are done with 4 degree programs where the admissions are already closed, and another 3 programs the admissions are open. Those who are seeking for admissions, you can recommend them to seek admission here, but they should be serious students. They should be serious students. They should be good at studies. They should be, very particular about learning something and making themselves responsible and independent. Such students, please recommend them. And we would be happy to see that if someone who is, economically weak and take the benefit of this bigger college, and also where the quality, as far as the quality is concerned, there is no compromise on the quality of education. We are trying from every quarter and every angle to ensure that high quality education is being imparted to our students. So I congratulate all of you for having taken admission here. And our focus is not just to, conduct this kind of programs where one-side discussion happens, and you would not be interested in, some of you would not be interested in interacting and making queries about your unclarities with the experts. We are interested in conducting furthermore programs. So this is only an online platform where it is being done. Once the college is reopened and the classes commence, at that time also we are going to have a week-long session of orientation, wherein you will be informed about various facilities that are available in the college and how the degree program goes on, and what are the parameters you have to follow, and what are the regulations for the completion of the degree, how long you can, and within what is the time span in which you can complete the degree, and what are the rules of attendance, and what are the conditions for internal assessments, and how the marks are being awarded for internal assessments that would count for even your merit and CGPA. So all these things would be informed to you, and what are the other facilities that are available in the college and opportunities that are available for personal and professional growth. And also if you have some skills, how to showcase those skills. So platform is available in RC College. RC College, it offers this platform not only just to its own students, but also it offers this opportunity and platform to even the students of colleges of, students of other colleges. We conduct some programs like Business Fest and Cultural Fest. In that, we invite students from different parts of the country and across the state. And in the last year, last program, whatever we had done, month of March, April, we conducted a grand celebration under Management Fest and the Cultural Fest in the college. Students from different parts of the state had participated. Nearly about 100 plus colleges participated, and the students from different rural colleges as well as city colleges and urban colleges, they have bagged different competitions and took away the prizes, walked out with the prizes, which were both in cash as well as in the form of mementos. This is the speciality of Government RC College. And now the very important thing which I wanted to discuss with you is, you have undergone this training for last 4 days. Experts spoke about different areas. You interacted with them. You understood how you have to, focus on your career building, skill acquisition, skill advancement. Okay. These are the things where you need to focus. But very importantly is, RC College always believes and emphasize on character building. We want to see that every student of this college is a highly charactered one. So you should not compromise on the strong character building, and you should not engage yourself into where your character is being questioned or where your character is weakening. We want to see that you are a highly charactered person. There is a saying, if money is lost, something is lost, or nothing is lost. Health is lost, something is lost. Whereas character is lost, everything is lost. We strongly believe in strong character. Each one of you should be appreciated, and each one of you should be given as examples to others, that the others should follow your footsteps, and you should become such role models in the college. And GRCCM, we call it as GRCCM, that is Government Ram Narayan Chalaram College of Commerce and Management. We have another acronym for this also, guaranteeing the recreation or creation of character or correction of character and maintenance of an individual's personality and individual's growth. That we ensure you here, provided you should actually involve in building in your character and acquiring the skills that are required both for your personal relations as well as professional career. So we conduct here regularly the programs under different initiatives where the required industry skills are brought to you in a classroom environment. We bring experts from different industry setup as well as academia. Those experts are going to give you a lot of insights and how you need to organize yourself in enhancing your skills. So you should become an independent both financially as well as professionally. You should not ever be. See, once you complete your degree, now you are under the care of your parents. Your parents are taking care of each and every requirement of yours. Once you complete degree here, you should start caring them. So that is our motto. You should become financially independent. You should become a professionally highly sought after person. And you should, become a responsible citizen who cares for civic sense, who cares for and values the what we call it as the rules and regulations of the state as well as the country, and you should be an asset to the country. So that is our expectation, and in that direction we are working day in and day out. We are sitting here and meticulously planning. Each faculty member in this college is meticulously involved in planning what best has to be provided to the students. Now it is up to you. How do you bring your requirements, share with the faculty, what are you looking for? If that is possible within the limits of the institute, we try to even bring out such things to you. And don't worry, you are taken care of here. Okay? Don't worry about your security. You have to take your own care as far as the security is concerned. You should not, support and get mixed up with some of the elements who do not care for their future. Rather, you should set a model to them that they should also fall into your trap and make them correct it. So that is what we will expect each one of you to, think over and develop yourself in such a way that others love you, others follow you for right cause, for right purposes, and never encourage and never set any kind of examples where is it? Is my voice audible? Am I audible to you? Someone is posting here, charting that I'm not audible.
No.
Am I audible? Some of you want to respond. Okay. Okay. Say as the management is concerned, management of the college is concerned, it is always after the student growth. You are taken admission for the first year. Remember, our college has also got postgraduate programs. Okay. MBA, MCOM, and MCOM Financial Analysis. We have 3 different postgraduate programs, and also we are supporting to conduct what is called as training on competitive examinations. We are thinking in that direction also. We'll bring experts from that particular respective field, who could help you in learning as to how to prepare for competitive examinations, which could be banking, which could be administrative post, which could be professional programs like CA, CMA, and already some of you would have scored a very good percentage in second PU and might have sought admission for CA program. Already we have inaugurated CA foundation program in the last week, where the officials of CA Institute had come here. They guided, they gave a lot of inputs, and they also interacted with them. But the number was very less. If you are interested, there is coordinator, Madam Shobha NS, who is conducting this entire program. I forgot to congratulate her and thank her for having taken the pain to conduct this program for a week-long time. Others are engaging. These are the vacations. Most of the teachers are on holiday, and some of the teachers are working on examination duty. So, in spite of such, hassles and puzzles of life, but still she is spending time on organizing this program. I, on behalf of RC College, congratulate and thank her for having taken the pain to conduct this program, and the entire team of IQAC. We have IQAC in the sense that Internal Quality Assurance Cell. So every college would have this IQAC. Every college would have IQAC cell, but our IQAC cell is always active. You can see IQAC cell conducting various initiatives, undertaking some initiatives and conducting programs. So the specialty of this college is every day one of the other program will go on. Please involve yourself, and this college is a very big college, and we want every student to be a part of discipline. We wanted to see that each one of you help in ensuring the discipline on the campus. Remember, it is not just you who are studying here, there are other students also. But the thing is, every student's safety is important, every student's respect is important. You need to respect each one of you, each one of your fellow mate as well as college mate, and also encourage them to behave in this similar manner. So looking forward for you to report back to the college once it is reopened. We announce the dates on your groups. Keep watching and visiting the groups. And also you are informed to register on UUCMS. That is UUCMS in the sense. So what does it stand for? It is called as Unified University and College Management System. So here all the students have to register. So if you register, your registration number will be generated and your admission will be approved. If you do not, or if you fail to register on this portal, then you are no more student of this college, even if you have paid fee. Even if you have paid the fees, even if you have submitted all your documents to the college, your admission does not hold good unless you do not get registered yourself on UUCMS. We have allotted this duty to various teachers. 20 students have been allotted to them, and probably all of them are working on that, and they are contacting you. Even if they do not contact, please see that you enroll it. Visit to UUCMS portal. Okay, student registration is there. On that, you register. And what are the steps involved in that registration? It is already shared in your group. You please go through those slides, familiarize yourself, and fill up the necessary information. Remember, select this college as Government Ram Narayan Chalaram College of Commerce and Management. Under BCU, the university is Bangalore City University. It is affiliated to Bangalore City University. Don't forget that. Some students would choose this as Bangalore University. It is not Bangalore University, it is Bangalore City University. Under Bangalore City University, choose Government Ram Narayan Chalaram College of Commerce and Management. Under that, you have to register. While registering, take very well care of which program you are seeking admission for. Is it BCom General? Is it BCom Tourism, Travel and Tourism Management, or BCom Accounting and Finance? Choose that program very carefully. So then do other requirements by uploading all the documents, and you will be called for the verification of the documents here. At that time, you need to visit the college. You need to visit the college and get all those verified and approved. Once that process is done, you get your UUCMS number. So once you get the UUCMS number on your registered portal, then your admission is complete. Otherwise, your admission remain incomplete. Be informed about this, and you need to take care of this. So already we have posted in your groups. With this, I look forward to receive you once the college is open and the classes are commenced. Till then, we remind. Thank you very much.
I thank our principal for giving us presidential remarks. So with this, we come to the end of 4 days student empowerment program. We started with Dr. Padmakshi Lokesh, and then we had Ms. Sanjana S. We also had Dr. Prasad HK, and today we had Dr. Sushmita be with us. So I take pleasure, to propose vote of thanks to thank the entire college, to thank the entire GRFCCM and our principal, Dr. Ejaz sir, who is always our constant support. So whenever we tell we will do program, he will never say no. So always yes for any programs to be conducted. So that itself is a motivation for us to do more. So I thank on behalf of the entire college, I thank our principal, Dr. Ejaz sir. I also thank our resource person for today, Dr. Sushmita ma'am. So it was indeed a wonderful session from your side, ma'am. We
pleasure,
will
ma'am.
look
My
forward to
pleasure.
from you. So I, on behalf of the entire college, I thank you. I also thank our teaching staff, non-teaching staff, and the entire IQAC team, without whose support conducting these types of programs is not possible at all. So I thank the entire staff, and I thank staff, teaching, non-teaching staff, and the participants. So without participants, without audience, we cannot do all such programs. So I thank all the participants for this program. So make use of such programs, and then whenever we ask you to attend, make sure you attend it. And then any instructions, any doubts you have, we will definitely post it in group without keeping anything, you shouldn't have any doubts. So like that, we give you instructions. The only thing is you need to check your messages constantly, and then at least you can give a thumbs up. Though you cannot reply in the messages, if you give a thumbs up, we will know that the message is reaching you all. So we request you all to do that. So on behalf of the college and staff, I thank everyone for attending this program, and then we come to the end of the 4 days long student empowerment program. Thank you once again, and we look forward to see all the participants offline in college. So as soon as the university gives us instructions with respect to starting of college, we will definitely reopen the college. So till then, don't waste your time. Make use of your time by attending such programs. Thank you once again. Have a nice day. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again.